Somebody called. I forgot when I'm filming on my phone. I need to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. So I just got knocked off my whole video. So I'm going to have to put this as part 2. And I put it on airplane mode so nobody else disturbs me. Let me get back on track. So the solar eclipse energy and what that does. The solar eclipse produces gateways of change for ourselves and the collective. This is always going to be personalized and collectively. When I say collective, I mean everyone else in the universe. And it's time for great action and movement, creating changes within personal lives and our world. And that is happening. We see that. We know that, right? So these are things that once you can make the correlations, you have the proof that most people don't like to believe in unless they physically can have it in their hands. And I'm sorry to tell you, but you cannot handle the solar eclipse and say, show me what the solar eclipse does. That's why people like me are here teaching you. So, also going within and finding those securities that you are still needing to find within you of what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel secure. At a time like this when everything is changing, change is a beautiful thing. And everyone needs to realize everything changes, nothing stays the same. So you have to embrace change and you have to adapt. And some people are more prone and flexible within that because they have gone through major life events and lived in struggle and lived within trauma and survival mode and know how to adapt very well to any circumstance that life throws your way. So I understand how it could be slightly scary for those who don't usually go through times like that and are used to certain ways. That's why it is very important to be flexible and not really get so much stuck in routine. I'm not saying that routine is bad. Routine is needed to a certain extent. But, yes, I don't want to go off topic too much. So, the solar eclipse then was followed with the new moon that same night. And the new moon is about putting ideas and intentions and plans and putting them to action, all right? This is the time. There's a great deal of distractions being produced by external factors. I mean, everyday life, there are so many distractions, preventing people to hear and see and tune in and become aware of the illusions. So some of us have gotten rid of distractions throughout their life via different sources and ways to be able to tune in and be present in the moment of what matters and live life truly how I believe we are meant to live. And those external factors are trying to keep you because the ego and the conditioned way of the world does not want you to find your inner divine wisdom and to find your inner awareness, right? So just go within and ask to receive your guidance and wisdom. It's there. It will be revealed to you at this time during Mercury retrograde and the massive shift that we are currently within. So to take action, be gentle and compassionate and explore the areas of life giving you the most trouble. It may reveal things to you that you're holding on to old wounds, old emotions, old trauma, and we are being asked to literally let it go. Take accountability for the things you cannot change and surrender yourself to make it easier for what you can control. All I'm going to say with this is that so many people try to control, and the universe is in control. God's in control. The plan is already written. You have free will and free choice. But within these times of change, great change, you can control what you are able to control. So only worry about that, because when you release and let go to the universe and tell universe that you trust in the process and you trust within your own journey and you trust that it's going to guide us into the right times, you are giving up control and you are allowing the universe to do what it does. And as long as you are taking correct actions and have correct intentions, you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to fear. Keep controlling the things in your life that you are able to control and break those cycles and better yourself to move forward through this change with a positive mindset. So the solar eclipse, the solstice, is also about becoming at a 0-point node of change. And I know that really, it's like literally a reset, okay? That's what I can boil that down to, that terminology and defining that. We're at a galactic reset, literally. That's hence the new world that I'm getting into. As of Sunday, last Sunday, Father's Day, the Lord's Day, there's no coincidences in life. And all these moments and times are happening very specifically. It's all interconnected and aligned by the divine universe. And a galactic reset not only within the collective, but individually for many of us that are choosing that path. Not everybody is on that path. So the eclipse energy makes room for fated changes, and it's destined for changes within this time for the next 6 months up to 2 years. The eclipse energy lasts. So think of the energy as a feeling, right, and what that does in our everyday life and how it produces how we act and our reactions from those feelings. And within this major shift that we are experiencing, the eclipse energy supports change, all right? So you may say, well, we don't have clear solutions and we don't have clear paths. Well, let me tell you, they're possible, and many of them are there. The first step is literally going within and working on yourself and adding back to the contribution of the collective energy. And the positive, yes, the negative stuff is still occurring, but a lot of that is being shed and going to let go. And if we concentrate and dwell on just the positive and keep focusing on the positive and doing what these planets and times and everything is asking us to do within and as a collective, we will move towards the beautiful way of the new world that we are living in. I'm positive on that. So we're being asked to return to a state of love and connect back to the heart center. It all stems from love. It all starts from love. The thoughts, the words, the actions, Christ-like consciousness is about love. And doing all of those things, love, unconditional love. Forgiving, letting go, releasing. When you do the inner work and you ascend and you become aligned within your authentic self and release and let go of all that old junk that's been clogging you up, you are able to come from a place of love naturally. It shines upon you. It comes out of your mouth in words. It may not always be perceived like that because the people perceiving you are perceiving it through their lenses, and that's on them. But you know your intention. All righty. Yes, so just amplified major cleansing and clearing, oh my goodness, of ancestral patterns, childhood wounds, and all the illusions that they don't want you to stop seeing. Recognize your truth, your love, your free will, and your unique reasons of being here on earth. I believe we all have truly a purpose of being here and why we were incarnated here in the physical form on earth. Many people don't get a chance. How many pregnancies don't happen? How many children aren't born? How many eggs and sperm don't meet? It wasn't by coincidence you were placed here, and you were placed here for a reason, and you serve a purpose uniquely to yourself, as we are all uniquely different. And becoming your authentic highest self allows you to clear that path and see the way and see the solutions within yourself and discover your true life purpose and mission here on earth, which you are meant to do to help the collective, is my belief. I believe we all are here as humanity to do some kind of part. I know my part, and I'll get to explaining that in a separate video. But we really are it's all about releasing old energies that arise right now, and it's happening. It's happening. Whether people want to talk about it or not, it's happening. So It's a very good time for meditation and journaling and time in nature to reflect. There's huge opportunities within the heart center and expanding your heart awareness and becoming more aware of doing everything from the state of love. It's a time of awakening awareness and increasing wisdom, embodying the self-mastery within you. Staying present when your emotions arrive, and resolving the old, clearing for new. The new moon is a great time to work on new projects, new beginnings, rituals, habits, and plant those seeds that you truly wish to grow within yourself and to the community. I know many people are doing a great job. I know many of my companions that I work with within my business, they are doing the correct changes to better themselves and the world. We have so many great light workers around the world and just people who love humanity and are doing the right things and acting as positive light and acting as spiritual awakeners. And I just want to say kudos to everyone doing the positive right things. And I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and keep it up. So, I'm not the best in the morning time. My messages come more natural to me at night, as I'm a moon baby, being the Cancer that I am. So with the new moon, we should have set intentions and look at them and achieve the goals and make action steps within a goal, monthly habits, weekly routine, daily habits, to get those ideas started within the new moon. So that was Sunday. And then we turned to Neptune retrograde. And Neptune retrograde took place June 23rd, and it's going to last until November 29th. And it's a cosmic call. And we're going to restate one of the words, and it's asking us to reevaluate our beliefs, our spirituality, reevaluate. You know, some people have not been as open to different ideas within spirituality and approaches to intuition and the unconscious realm of emotions. Neptune retrograde is bringing up those memories and old wounds and asking us to be honest and authentic with ourselves. Neptune is asking us to come back to the now and really live in the true present moment. I believe that we are supposed to live in the moment, and that is why time is not of concern to me. Time is, I'm doing a separate video on time, but time is eternal. Time is an illusion to those of the conditioned world and ways. And I want to enlighten you with my viewpoint on time, but not right now. So your journey itself is the purpose, and Neptune reminds us of this. And within your journey, it's perfectly how it is supposed to be within this moment. And I know a lot of you are saying to me, well, I don't have love, and I don't have this, and I don't have that. And you're thinking of all the things and ways of how your life isn't perfect right now. And I understand that to a certain extent, but me, I come from a major viewpoint of positive mindset within my life. It's how I have rewired my CNS, central nervous system. And it really does me great with the universe. It's law of attraction. It's law. And we're really being asked right now to accept that we are in our journey, as much as you may or may not like it, right where we're supposed to be. But if you're doing all this action and taking into consideration how we are being affected within all my education, you're able to help yourself and able to do what you need to do to continue your journey and see where the changes are going to start to happen, things are going to get better. If you're doing the work, it's not just looking up at the sky and wishing. If it was that easy, I would literally just be throwing pixie dust at people, but I don't throw pixie dust. I share love and light. We're asking to do a lot of grounding right now because of the heightened emotions within the Mercury retrograde being in Cancer. We're currently in Cancer season. There is heightened energy, heightened emotions. We need extra grounding. And there are lots of grounding techniques that you can use. You can YouTube lots of grounding videos that will walk you through the process. There are other natural ways of grounding, such as just walking barefoot in our earth, sand, water, all of the elements of our earth, air, fire. I'm not saying to walk on fire and you breathe the air, but walking on earth, walking in nature, barefooted, taking in the ions. You can visually ground yourself by closing your eyes and picturing being grounded like a tree with your feet, growing roots out the bottom of them, connecting you to Mother Earth, Gaia, that our beautiful Creator gave us. And you can smell and use your senses. You use your sight to envision the nature spot of your choice to ground you. Take in smell what that would produce, whether it's a beach, whether it's the forest and trees, you smell the pines. And then you can even do taste to a certain extent, what that environment would taste like, and what it would feel like. And you focus on that within your inner mind, in your crown chakra, and that can ground you. See how just naturally that just brought me like, woosah. So those are ways you can ground yourself. We're asked to slow down. We are asked to be slowed down, although some of us have been a little fast-paced within these last few weeks because of those intense energy downloads, and the influx of frequencies made us so excited energetically that it made us want to do too much. But then a lot of us are feeling exhausted right now because we really are asked to slow down within retrogrades. We have 6 planets in retrograde. Slow down. Listen to your body. Take the rest. If you don't, literally the world, you can look at this in multiple ways. If you do not slow down and listen to your body, the world will literally sit you down. God will sit you down and say, listen, I told you, I warned you, I was trying to show you, and you didn't listen to the signs. Everything is a sign. And they will sit you down. And you will learn your lesson through an injury, a change. It forces you if you don't listen. So please slow down, people. All right, moving into, so we talked about Neptune retrograde. Neptune actually goes direct today. I'm not going to get into the depth of that. It's a lot. I understand. I'm trying to give you guys the basics for those of you that don't understand and are really, really interested, as I have so many people that are interested in my astrology and astronomy. And I'm going to wrap up. We're at 18 minutes here, and we're in Cancer season from I'm Cancer July 7th, June 21st to July 22nd. And Cancer season is asking us to nurture our inner child. Oh, my goodness. We all have childhood wounds and generational trauma. I preach on it all the time. That's that inner shadow work and emotions that are coming up and asking us to release it. We need to nurture our inner child, and we need to talk. We need to use ourselves now and our higher self that we will become and talk to our inner child as a big sister or a big brother, and allow yourself to only go back within your childhood to accept and embrace that your parents only had the knowledge and wisdom based off what they physically learned and were a sponge from their product of being a product of their environment. And they're not at fault for that, and they only had what they had at the time, and they did their best. And it's okay to point out things that make situations to learn to grow from. There's nothing wrong with that. Many people wait until our loved ones pass and say, you know, it was what it was, and now they're gone, and let's just forget about it, suppressing those emotions. And that is really, really, really toxic for you in multiple ways. It can produce disease and illnesses. It can be the reason why you're not losing weight. You have energetically emotions suppressed throughout our chakra, and it has to come out, literally. So, with that being said, be nice to your inner child and go tell that inner child exactly what you needed to hear back when you were a child. Go be a child. I find that Christ-like consciousness is a state of childlike. Think of how innocent and just genuine and pure a child is, right? And to keep your inner child alive throughout your whole life is what I believe we are meant to do. And as we get ready to prepare to cross over, I believe our soul transitions into a very childlike mannerism. And we are at peace and we are content. And when we cross over into the other side, for those that go to heaven, I am aware that the souls that go to heaven, it's pure bliss, it's joy, it's childlike behavior, it's good times. It's not like the hell here on earth. And so here on earth, what you can do to nurture that inner child is take in childlike behavior. Go play with your children. Go jump. Go, too many people get judgmental and critical of people that still embrace their inner child that you are supposed to always have within you. And those are the people that need to go nurture their child the most. Yesterday, I had a moment, and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm taking a break. Me and Angie went on a bike ride, and I rode her bike with her, and we always have tons of fun. We live like big kids, and we've got time for serious. But I rode her bike, and she rode on the pegs on the front handlebars, and it was a grand time, and we were laughing. And when you need a moment of joy, you can easily do that when you think back to the positive side of your childhood. And there's no way physically possible to be in a moment of joy and anger at the same time. It's physically impossible. So if you need a smile, you need a laugh, think of joy, think of a childlike moment, nurture that inner child. New chapters are being written behind the scenes, so be careful what you ask for. Manifestation is a real thing, people. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions help take place within those manifestations. And if I knew, which I know, the plan was already written for me, but sometimes they throw little changes and notes in there because they see your intentions are good and you're doing that inner work. And the Lord blesses us and the universe gives us abundance. And so there are new chapters being written. So beware what you think of and what you are literally drawing into your world and your energy through your thoughts, words, and actions. Some people would realize that they don't have such great luck due to their viewpoints and how they dwell within their mind, words, and actions on a lower frequency or lower vibrations or lower energetic system. There's great shifts happening. We're building confidence and strength within our old triggers during these times, but we need to remember to release them. There's a lot of trauma coming up in emotions from our childhood, and Neptune is just really asking us to heal from the past. And the illusions continue to be shattered throughout Neptune retrograde, which excites me because I need the people that just need to get unconditioned. That's what the world tries to do to you. And number 3, the third theme for Neptune retrograde is to pay attention to your dreams. Vivid dreams. We all dream. It's whether we remember it or not. If you reach that level of sleep to remember, excuse me, I have hiccups. My good friend Vicki told me you have to focus on something else, and that naturally gets rid of the hiccups all on its own because your brain can't send neurotransmitters to do 2 things at once within the hiccup state and focusing on something else. But anyways, that's a side note. So our dreams are literally messages, my belief, and proof that I have, and factual information that I have that supports that. Dreams are messages from divine source. Sometimes you may ask your guides or universe or Christ, whoever, how you want to word it, and they may bring you your message back in your dream. And interpreting your dreams is important because there's a deeper meaning behind those dreams. They're not just dreams. You're seeing things, you're hearing things, there's a message within that dream. And if you need any help translating any of that, let me know. So that is your little quick version, 24 minutes long, of what's been going on since last Saturday. And I want to jump back on to touch on the new moon, or the new world we're living in. That is very, very important for you guys to understand my viewpoint on that. And I also am going to jump on and do a time video for those of you who want it. And I just want to say lots of love and light. There's a lot going on collectively. Take it into consideration. Be easy on yourself and others. And please love thy neighbor like you love yourself. Treat others how you want to be treated. I live by the golden rule. I believe in many messages within different roots of religion, and it all boils back down to love. Buddhists aren't Buddhists. Christians aren't, like, it all reverts back to love and the divine source that the love came from. And we just need to get back in tune with love and light. That's all. All right? So lots of love and light to you from me, Ashley Escobar, the Love and Light Activator.